Hi guys, today's video is going to be quite short. I just want to explain I just wanted to share something with you that I think is very valuable, crucial even, and could help you protect your life and protect yourself from potential harm, right? Um, and it's a piece of advice that I would get from my dad a lot. My dad used to tell us, me and my siblings, all the time, whatever is done in the dark means that whatever is done in the dark belongs to the dark. And what he meant by that is that whatever needs to be kept secret is usually a sign that something's off, right? And putting it that way, it was a way for him to warn us from people trying to make us do things without other people knowing. This is the basis of many harmful situations. Whereas the person, let's say someone would ask you, for example, this is a basis of many harmful situations, and this is why it's very important to evaluate what people ask of you. So for example, let's say you're at work and someone asks you to do something that you need to keep from your manager, for example, from your supervisor. You can't share, or let's just do this, just between the two of us, like something quick, fast, whatever. And then you might think it's simple, it's fast, it's not gonna um, it's not gonna cause any problems, right? But you don't know that until you mention it. You don't know that until you discuss it. You know what I mean? You may not know what the other person's intentions are, and you may not know also the nature of the task that is being required of you, right? So it's always better to keep things clear, um, to keep a record of things that you do, and also let people know what you do. Because if it's not wrong, if it's lawful, if it's noble, if it's something that's okay, and that's aligned with the the company's value or whatever, there's no need to hide. There's no need to hide. If it's okay, if it's something normal, there's no need to hide. Sometimes it's not even a big deal, as in, for example, a something illegal. It might not be something, it not might be that great of that big of a deal, but it may be, for example, that person is requiring you to do their job or to do someone else's job, right? And this is not okay either. This is not okay. Like, if you have your contract and um, your tasks are stipulated in your contract, and you don't have to do anything that's not written in that on that contract. You know what I mean? In that contract. So it is not okay. You know what I mean? So if you use that principle, that advice in many situations, you will realize that it does make sense, and anything that needs to be kept to be kept in secret or in the dark is indeed something, or it might be the basis of something more dangerous. So for example, another example is dating. Like, if you're dating someone and that person is telling you, hey, I don't mix things up, and you're not supposed to. I don't want to introduce you to my friends, or I don't want to know your friends. You know what I mean? Or I don't want to know your circle. This person is kind of trying to put your relationship, I mean, to have a relationship with you in the dark, in secret. You are isolated, in a sense. They're having an isolated relationship with you. This is a very bad sign. You meeting their friends might mean that these friends know something that you don't, or you know something that these friends don't. And the only fact that the truth could cause problems is very telling. You know what I mean? If for example, meeting their friends or telling someone that you're going out with that person is problematic, whether you're serious or not, like, I understand that at a certain stage in the relationship, you may not feel comfortable or ready to be introduced to the family, for example. But you randomly bumping into a friend or meeting a friend in a in a very casual setting, it's not something, it's, you know what I mean, like, it's just that you're going out with that person and you happen to meet their friend, a random friend. This should be normal. Like, it happens, okay, we get over it, we continue the relationship, and until we feel ready to introduce to someone. But in general, if there is an insistence, if there is this obsession, you know what I mean, to not share it with the world, then there is a problem. There is a problem. You're in the wrong place. That's what it means. So, for example, I think I wrote down another one. If someone tells you to keep something from your family, for example, maybe only your family can save you. Maybe only your family can see through it. You know what I mean? If something is good, unless your family has problems and you're, because there are families that are a little bit crazy, and if you don't feel safe within your family naturally, that's another subject, okay? But that's another problem of its own, right? But if someone asks you, for whatever reason, to keep something from your family, this might be very detrimental to you, because your family is supposed to be, or tends to be, the people that care about you the most, and the people that know about your life the most, in a sense. Not always, but it's usually that way. And your family might be the only people that care enough to see through the bad things, to see through someone's misbehavior or someone's false or doubtful intentions. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and I've overlooked it many times, my mom telling me about people that are not okay, and you would say, okay, yeah, she's just my mom, like she worries. But sometimes parents, they really see through, because they've lived a long life, they've encountered so many situations, they can see certain things that there are certain cues that they can pick up faster than us, than we can, and they really be scanning people enough because they care about you. Now, your friends might love you, but they might not care enough, because there's a difference. You know, you don't always have friends that care to the point where they will pay attention, let alone call it out. So if someone, anyone, even a job, a company, but I mean, not even a job, I mean, because it depends on what kind of job it is. But if it requires you to be isolated or to keep things from your family, or let's say instead of people that love and care about you, you should run. You should run, or just not engage, not partake in this kind of activity or whatever it is that the person asked of you. I see that this video is already at 11 minutes. I wanted it to be 3 minutes long, so I said maybe too much, but I mean, I didn't say too much. I just wanted it to last less, because I was tired and I was sleepy, and I said, okay, let me just stick to my goal of the day, and 3 minutes sounded something reasonable. And so that's that. Always pay attention to what people ask of you. And whatever it is that people ask of you, share it. Share, I mean, not always share it. I'm not saying to overshare or to share to the wrong people. But if you have people that you trust, people that you know love you and have your back, do share it with them. Because if you can't share it, if you feel uncomfortable to share it with them, you need to question that particular action, that particular activity, that particular group of friends or job. So yeah, this is my advice for you today. Remember that the only thing that can bring you light is light itself. If you engage in things that are done in the dark. I like this expression because it actually reflects the potential detriment that can be done to your person if you don't take precautions, So it's very necessary, and I hope that you take this and apply it to many situations that you've encountered. And anytime that someone tells you something that's fishy and they just don't want to tell you about it. For example, I have this case where someone wouldn't send pictures at all. It wasn't allowed. It's like it just wasn't allowed. Or that person wouldn't share any pictures. Okay, I know that there are people that naturally don't like to take pictures, but there's a way the person goes about it. You know what I mean? That they need everything to be kept secret, and if they ever send you pictures, for example, they kind of hide their faces or something like that. It's just something fishy. You know what I mean? Be careful. Be careful. Whatever is not done and I'm not talking about confidentiality. I'm not talking about a matter of life or death where you have to keep a situation secret in order to save yourself or to save someone. I'm not talking about, protection when someone is in danger and then you have to be careful about certain things. Like, it's different. Or if we're talking about ethics or confidentiality at your workplace and stuff like that. It's different, you know, because these things are there for a purpose. And even if there is confidentiality, it's not a secret. I don't know if you know what I mean. It's like it can be talked about with the right people, with the right institutions, and very specific um, for very specific matter and reason. It's not just something that cannot be explained. You just cannot like just keep it shut. You know, it's not like that. There's a reason, a valid reason behind it that explains why you need to do something or not to do something. So it's not the same at all. It's not the same situation. I'm talking when it's something where you should share it, you're being compelled not to, when you should or have all the right to do so. So always remember to share what you go through in life, or what people ask of you sometimes, with someone, because that might save your life, your career, your reputation, your health, and many other things. Okay, so I'm gonna end it there. It's already 16 minutes. I don't know why I just get anxious when I see the time. Just because I think the shorter the video, the better. Yeah, the shorter the better. I'm making it long. Anyways, this was it. Please be safe. By the way, the camera's there. I'm filming from my iPad, so it's there, and it feels uncomfortable to just look in that direction and not look at myself while filming. You know what I mean? Maybe a camera would do better, but yeah, this is just easier. Like setting up everything is a no for now. Anyways, good night. Bye.